We have also committed to resilience. The government has identified over 50 generators, privately held, post-burial, that are within our specs that can help us to bring back on just about 80% of our customers within 3 days of the all clear. Now, that won't be brought on with 24 hours a day service, as generators need rest time, etc. But it will allow us to restore service and allow persons to fill their storage tanks very quickly. The nature of Jamaica's population is that 80% does live within the coast, within 5 kilometers of the coast. There will be some disruption. There is no way around that. The other 20% is scattered, so the other 20% are served by scattered water systems. That will take some time. We do have 4 mobile generators that we've also made arrangements with to go to some of these more remote communities after. So even before JPS has completed its work, we will give them some water to make sure they're able to backfill. Beyond that, as Delana would have mentioned, we've made our own investments and brought on some major generators for some of our major plants. So areas like Logwood that serves Hanover and Western Westmoreland. Areas certainly within the Mona treatment plant and indeed the Hermitage treatment plant. Of course, our springs out from the Rio Cobre are on generator. This will allow us to restart very quickly. Of course, there will be some disruptions. We do expect levels of turbidity from our groundwater systems that will need to settle a few days after. But we're working very closely with all of our partners. We've established communication mechanisms. Flow and Digicel are well aware of our communication needs at the Water Commission, so that they're able to also support us with that. There's a lot at stake over the next few days. We encourage persons to listen to official sources for information. Nationally, those sources start with the GIS, the Office of the Prime Minister, the Ministry of Education and Information, of course, the Ministry of Science, Energy and Technology, the Ministry of Water, Environment and Climate Change, the Prime Minister's accounts, Minister's direct accounts, and of course, as it relates to service providers, please take information from their official pages and not from screenshots that people tend to circulate in WhatsApp groups.
Your name, you're Minister of Social Security and
Colonel Charles Jr., Minister of Labour and Social Security. Also, Member of Parliament for South East Clarendon, which is one of the most at-risk areas in the country.
And let's get to that point right now. This track right now, as it speaks, is going to cut to the west of Kingston and through some of those central areas, south central areas of Jamaica. Your biggest concern as far as the residents right now and your mission?
So, of course, the biggest concern is to save lives. Next is to mitigate or to minimize damage to property and to the community. So we are, of course, urging all residents to go to higher ground. For instance, in Clarendon, St. Catherine, Manchester, which is where it's projecting to be now, we have shelters, evacuation centers. There are family and friends that are willing to take persons in who are in the low-lying areas or the flood-prone areas. And so we've already activated our communication protocol. And we've asked residents, and we want to urge residents who are listening, who are watching, to take this very, very seriously. The last time we had any landfall of a hurricane was in 2012 with Hurricane Sandy, and that was a Category 1. And there was significant destruction to bridges and to infrastructure, also to homes. So if we juxtapose that, look on what happened with us with burial, which was just the outer bands. Yeah. It means we are looking on significant damage if this continues along this current trajectory. So we've asked persons to not wait until it gets to a point that it's difficult to evacuate or to save you, but rather to take early action. Several of these residents are very aware because they live in areas where we've had these kind of protocols many times. Mm-hmm. This is not the case where you should be saying, let's wait it out.
Right.
This is, if there's ever a time for you to listen and to take action, this is now.
This is dire, life and death at this point.
Exactly. It's at Category 4 based on what I've heard. This morning at about 6 o'clock in the Rocky Point area, which is one of the areas along the southern coast, we were already seeing storm surges.
Yeah.
All right? And we're already hearing the roar and the wrath of the seas. And so it is very important that we take heed now. Another very important message is for persons to secure their identification documents. I am the Minister of Labour and Social Security, and this ministry that I have had the opportunity to lead is the lead for the welfare coordination. One of the great difficulties that we have seen in the past is when we come in to provide any support in terms of distribution of relief supplies, payment of relief assistance in cash grants or in kind, we have to know who you are.
Yeah.
And so we have to verify you with your national ID and your TRN. And many times, because of the destruction, persons lose those documents.
Right.
So we're asking the residents, as you evacuate, take your very important identification documents, secure them, put them in a Ziploc, put them in something that is waterproof, and make sure that you carry them with you. It will ease the burden of the process of providing that relief post-disaster.
Hello guys, welcome back again to the Black Beauty TV. Welcome back to another video. Today is a video that we have never made in our channel, but I want to tell you guys, my Jamaican family, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, remember, I am your sister without a passport, and I love you guys from the depths of my heart. I love Jamaica, and I'm so sorry. I am with you guys. My heart is with you in this moment of hurricane. Anyway, I have nothing much to say than to pray for you guys, and I'm going to read something for you guys, and then we'll go and watch other reports on the hurricane in Jamaica. And this is what I have to say, guys. To the people of Jamaica, to Jamaicans, to my brothers and sisters in Jamaica, my heart is with you as Hurricane Melissa approaches your shores. I know this is a frightening and uncertain time, but I also know the strength, unity, and resilience that define the Jamaican spirit. You have faced storm before, and every time your courage, compassion, and love for one another have carried you through. Please take every warning seriously, protect yourselves and your loved ones, and look out for your neighbor, especially the elderly, the sick, and those who may need a helping hand. Even when the winds are howling and the rain feels endless, remember that you are not alone. The world is watching, praying, and ready to help you rebuild and recover. May you find safety and peace and hope in the coming days. Jamaica is strong, and together you will rise again, brighter than before. And I thank God, and I'm so happy that the government of Jamaica, according to what I read online, I'm not 100% sure, and I don't know how sure it is. I read online that the Jamaican government has issued a hurricane warning for the island. Emergency shelters have been opened. Over 650 shelters reported, and residents in vulnerable coastal low-lying areas are being urged to evacuate or prepare. We even heard it in the video I played. Key transport hubs, airport may be closed. We have heard it in the other. We are going to play the video now. I have not played it yet. I'm going to play even the video now, how the airport, what is going to happen at the airport. And I hope, and I'll, in my own side, the only thing I can do right now is to pray for my Jamaican brothers and sisters. And I know and I believe that God is going to make things in a normal way again. As I've said, you have faced a lot of hurricane in Jamaica, but you have always come back to your feet. You are always there for one another. You support each other. And I know you will do it. Look for your neighbors. As I have said, help the elderly that cannot do anything for themselves. For those that are sick, be there for them. Or look out for those, your family members, your neighbors that might need your helping hand. And most importantly, kindly take care of the children. Let us watch the reports or the news on this hurricane, and then we call it a day. Thank you so much, guys. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my Jamaican family, for what you are facing right now. Let's watch it, guys.
So we'd have indicated this morning that both the Norman Manley International Airport and the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay would remain open for today's scheduled flights. Subsequent to that, I've had a conversation with airports authorities before coming here, and a decision has been taken to close Norman Manley International Airport after the last flight that is scheduled to arrive in Jamaica at 8 p.m. tonight. So let me say that we would categorize it as 8 p.m. or the last arriving flight. So if the flight is delayed for any reason, it will be accommodated. But all flights will be accommodated today at both Norman Manley International Airport and Sangster International. So my recommendation for those of you who want to get back to Jamaica or to get out of Jamaica, try and change your arrangements to get out today, meaning Saturday. We will have a meeting at 2 p.m. today to discuss the closure of the Sangster International Airport, MBJ. So we will advise you after the 2 o'clock meeting today as to the closing time for that. This is important for many reasons, both for our locals to get in and get out, but also for our tourism industry. So as we speak now, they are trying, the hotels are in communication through the Ministry of Tourism to communicate with the airlines to make sure that they increase their capacity loads in terms of the different planes and configurations to try and get out as many of those that are vacationing in Jamaica and want to get out, obviously, before the storm or the hurricane. So that in itself will bring clarity, and I hope that this message will go out far and wide. The next one is for JPS, and I have an update that I received minutes ago that I will share with you. At 9 o'clock this morning, there were 275 customers without electricity, broken down as follows: 95 customers in the west, 40 in central Jamaica, and 140 in eastern Jamaica. There are no widespread outages at this time. Each outage addresses on average 2 customers. The major cause of outages are trees on lines due to the high soil saturation levels. Approximately 550 persons are positioned and responding. This includes JPS employees, local contractors, and overseas line workers, for which I can confirm that 71 are actually in Ireland as we speak, which is a big difference from Hurricane Beryl. There are no major incidents currently on the electricity system. System is stable and JPS has been responding accordingly. So, as of right now, we have a stable electricity supply, and basically the number of outages as we speak on the eve of a storm or a hurricane is actually lower than when we are not in this mode. So I'll keep the country updated fully on that. The toll, we are waiting and expecting to give a directive to open the toll booths closer to the time of the storm or the hurricane. As of right now, the buildup is not bad. We are monitoring it, and I have already signed an order that just needs to be dated so that it can be effected immediately. So once we see it, and I suspect probably closer to Monday, with the big impact coming between Monday night and Tuesday, that would when the necessity would arise. But more importantly, I'm also giving a directive that once the storm or the hurricane passes, that we open the toll for emergency services and, of course, other persons who want to go to check on their family, their businesses, etc. So we have a pre and a post plan for toll. JUTC is on standby in collaboration with OTPEM and the police to assist with evacuations, and I suspect evacuations will become more and more necessary as the weather event gets closer and closer. So I can say that that also is in place. So as it relates to the telcos and Petrojam and all the other reports I gave in the days recently, all remain on standby. Everybody is in ready position. And the only thing that I would say before closing is to make an appeal to all Jamaicans. Do not take this lightly. It is coincidental that we had 37 years between Charlie and Gilbert, and 37 years exactly between Gilbert and Melissa. Those of us who are around for Gilbert know exactly what, but there's many that did not experience it. So I'm saying to you, safety is priority, and being smart helps a lot. Don't make foolish decisions. Don't make stupid decisions, like coming out in the middle of the storm to see what's happening. Please, I'm making a special appeal because we are in a very, very serious time over this next few days, and we need all Jamaica to band together, and most importantly, prayers up, up, up for every single Jamaican and Jamaica, land we love. God bless Jamaica.
The Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Mining has activated its emergency protocols and has convened its disaster management and mitigation committee. Our first phase has been to issue various advisories to our farmers and fishers around what to do in the event of this storm. Clearly, we now see that as the week has gone on, the storm has strengthened, and it appears based on the forecast we are certain to get significant rain and significant wind. As such, we've been saying to our different types of farmers to take necessary precautions. Firstly, for them to be out there harvesting if they can. We have been working with a number of our farmers, our fruit farmers, our pepper farmers, to harvest what they have, to work with our agro-processes, to provide those items so that they can minimize their losses. Additionally, we've been saying to our livestock farmers to ensure that they have sufficient feed for their animals, ensure that they have sufficient clean water for their animals. If the animals are in a flood-prone area, move them to higher ground. It is very, very important that they act now, especially in relation to preparing silage so that the animals will have feed during the storm. We've sent out advisories, and our RADA teams have been out in the ground. Literally, our extension officers have been visiting with farmers, saying to them, put these precautions in place. Clear your drains so that you can have the free flow of water. If you're banana and planting farmers, please get rid of the overhanging trees, prop up your plants, store your chemicals in a dry place. We know with a lot of rain comes the onset of fungus. You need to have your fungicides, store them so that when it is clear, and this is a very important part, we don't want anybody to be trying to venture out in the weather event to try to save their crops and animals. Oftentimes that causes loss of life. So make these preparations now. Put your chemicals in a safe space so that when it is clear, you can get out there and you can get back to what we love to do. Additionally, we saw a lot of damage to our greenhouse farmers in Hurricane Beryl. In fact, about 232 greenhouse structures were destroyed by Hurricane Beryl. A number of those farmers have not fully rebuilt as yet, are in the process of rebuilding. We've had a number of interventions to get those farmers back on their feet. We're asking them to follow the protocols. In fact, we have been literally calling our greenhouse farmers through RADA to say to them, ensure that you strip your greenhouses, take off the plastic so that the wind can pass through. Originally, we were just talking about rain. But as we have seen, based on the trajectory of the storm, which will likely become a hurricane, then we're going to have significant wind. So we're asking our farmers to follow the protocol. So the RADA team is out. Also, our Agro-Invest Corporation has been working with our agri-parks, looking at critical drains, trying to clean those drains so that we can reduce the impact of flooding. As such, the Sugar Company of Jamaica as well has been undertaking that, has been directed to undertake those works. In relation to our fishers, our message has been very, very clear. Come home. Secure your boats and secure your engines, and do not venture out during this weather system. I must say that we've had very, very good uptake of our advisories from our fishers. A number of them have made their ways from the Keys. A number of them have come back in, have pulled in their boats, and our extension officers from the Fisheries Authority are out checking, making final checks to help those fishers be ready for the inevitable that will come. Part of what we're doing now is to transition into looking at crafting our recovery. It is very, very clear that we will have significant negative impact on our agricultural sector. We have been having a very good year for agriculture. You know, our farmers showed tremendous resilience after Hurricane Beryl, leading us to what will be 3 quarters of significant growth in our agricultural sector. Unfortunately, Melissa is coming at a time that most farmers would have been capitalizing on the normal October rains to put in their crops to be ready for December, for the Christmas period. And as such, there is a lot at risk on the agricultural side. So we've already started to craft a disaster recovery plan. Clearly, that will be finalized depending on the extent of the damage, but already we have forward procured vegetable seeds because we do know that our vegetable crops are more susceptible to these weather-related events. So we already have in stock through our RADA offices some vegetable seeds so that we will be able to get out as quickly as possible. We've also secured some chemicals that we know will be important to distribute to our farmers after the weather event. We've also been engaging our partners, and I really want to thank the ones that have reached out extremely early. We've already had a meeting with our CARICOM counterparts around support that they plan to provide. We've already had an outreach from the FAO and from ECA in relation to indicating that they stand ready to assist Jamaica in relation to its recovery effort on the agriculture and fisheries side. So with all of that said, I will close by saying to our farmers and our fishers, please heed the warnings from the Met Office, follow the advisories that we will be issuing from RADA, from the National Fisheries Authority. Make your final preparations now. The government will be there to help you get through after all of this is passed. We have shown that with Hurricane Beryl that we are nimble enough to get to you quickly so that we can rebound in a robust fashion. Once there is life, there is hope. So please take the time to protect your life, and we will help you protect your livelihoods.
So my Jamaican brothers and sisters, thank you so much for everything, for the love, for everything. Don't forget, I'm also a Jamaican. And so for that, we are in this together. I might be far away, not in Jamaica, but believe you me, guys, I am with you. I'm praying for you, for your safety, and everything that has to do with this moment of hurricane. We want Jamaica to be back the way we used to. You understand? So thank you so much, and God bless you. And as I have said, I will keep praying for you, and I love you guys from the depths of my heart. Have a wonderful time, and see you. I hope the next video we might do, we have to do like, you know, not videos of hurricane, and we hope that everything will be over soon. And I know that for sure God is with us. So thank you guys, and have a wonderful time. Be safe and check on your neighbor. Thank you, and have a wonderful Sunday. Bye-bye.
Yeah, yeah. From the island sun to the world stage, this is Jamaica. One love forever. to Kingston town. We carry a sound that shake the ground. Bob Marley say, get up, stand up for your rights. Now the whole wide world singing in the night.
From Usain on the track, lightning fast, to the rhythms in the dance that will always last. We small on the map, but we shine so bright, giving the world a little island life.
Jamaica to the world, we bring the love, we bring the fire. Reggae heartbeat, lifting spirits higher. From the beaches to the streets, feel the sunshine in your soul. Jamaica, forever bold. Ackee and saltfish on the morning plate. Jerk chicken spice make the whole world wait. Patties in the oven, sweet sorrel wine. Island flavor standing the test of time.
Colors of the flag flying proud in the breeze. Green for the land, gold for victories. Black for the strength we've carried so long, and pride in our heart is forever strong.
One island, many voices. From the drum to the bass, the world rejoices. When Jamaica talk, the world I listen. When Jamaica sing,